Do you want it spicy? Do you want it kind of medium?
This week I'm feeling the heat in the kitchens of Singapore.
We're a well-oiled machine here, but I'm feeling the pressure.
You want to go, didn't you? You want to go? Well, you're going to have to catch me first.
Tommy's on the case in global gadgets. And Ben's making his own dinner in Vietnam.
You pop it into the
Yes, and you...
tiddler. 1, 2, 3, go. Boom. There you go.
To start this week, we're in Singapore. The city-state is renowned for its cuisine, and street food, or hawker food as they call it here, is a national obsession. This is Singapore's largest hawker market in the heart of Chinatown, and is ram-packed with stalls selling traditional dishes. One stall in particular is causing quite a stir.
This queue is absolutely humongous, full of all sorts of people from Singapore, from around the world. There's a lot of tourists here, and you imagine it for some sort of concert, but in fact, it's for that hawker stall over there. It is one of 2 recipients here in Singapore who actually achieved a Michelin star. So I'm going to meet the chef. Chan! Hi! Oh, wow, thank you so much. How are you? Good to meet you. So busy. Oh my God, this place is teeny tiny. Hello, how are you? Right, this is what a traditional sort of hawker actually looks like. It's very small. So this is the chef extraordinaire, Chan, and he's been cutting this for over 30 years, right?
Yeah.
30 tahun.
Yeah.
Wow.
I attempt to give Hawker Chan a hand serving crowds of people.
Do you want it spicy? Do you want it kind of medium? Do you want it... Spicy is okay? Half chili, yeah?
The stall has become famous for serving the world's cheapest Michelin star meal.
We're a well-oiled machine here, but I'm feeling the pressure. So one sauce here. Like that.
One portion costs less than $2. But the wait can be up to 3 hours.
Oh, so the rice is boiling. That was pretty good.
Okay, I have a chicken noodle and a chicken rice to take away.
Okay. The interesting part is that they're all queuing up for 1 or 2 different dishes. There's either rice on offer with the chicken, or there's some noodles. So it's very specialist.
1 scoop of the red sauce and 1 scoop of oil.
Okay. Wow. Wow, this is boiling. 3.
那些外国来的，还有旅游客本地都是蛮长，以前我没有这么长的，现在真的我自己是有点害怕。
And so do you think you receiving a Michelin star as a hawker will raise the profile and hopefully inspire a lot of new generation of young sort of chefs and hawkers?
所以自从米其林来到这个新加坡，我们成为hawker里面都可以成为一星之后，我有听说过以后会有很多年轻人愿意加入的，因为除了自己做老板赚钱，而且还会成为名厨的所以说我相信他们一定会有一天会多出来的。
It's hoped the Star Award might mean more young people consider a career in the street markets. Hawker expert Dr. Tay explains how there are fears the tradition might die out.
Singapore's prosperity development has gotten to a stage where all the young people are getting a good education, and most of the hawkers they don't want their kids to do what they're doing because it's hard work, it's hot, long hours. And if you sell any of the hawker food for more than $3 or $4, people will start to question. So $3 or $4 for a plate of food that is done with passion, with maybe 70 years of history, and you can only sell it for $4. That's the main thing that's preventing young people from going into it. we have to change the perception of hawker food as being cheap.
And the lack of young chefs is reflected in the clientele.
Now, if you come to a typical hawker center like this, if you look around, you notice that all the people here are of a certain age group. There are very few younger people, that the young people don't find these kind of places hip enough. So a lot of some food courts that have opened up, which has incorporated a lot of new ideas, which I think will appeal to a lot of young people.
The next morning I head to check out one of these new food complexes, Timber Plus, which aims to put a trendy spin on the traditional hawker centre, selling food from shipping containers and caravans rather than market stalls.
6 a.m. in the morning here in Singapore, and I'm just about to meet Kelly, who's a whole new generation of hawker. Wow, so this is like a full one-woman operation, is it?
It's usually me in the morning, yeah.
Just you in the morning?
Just me in the morning.
What's this for?
This is for the char siu. We roast our own barbecue pork.
Your own barbecue
Yep,
pork.
correct.
Now that's rare in like most restaurants. They either get somebody else to do it for you, but you
Yeah.
actually wake up at an ungodly hour just to put pork in the boiler.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what's the sauce that it's actually marinating in?
It's my dad's secret recipe.
It's a secret recipe,
Yeah.
so it's a generational thing.
Yeah, it
Alright.
is.
So your dad was a hawker before?
Yep, he was.
And he did the same sort of like the noodles, the char siu?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Timber Plus is quite a new kind of concept. It's not really a hawker center. They describe it as it's kind of a food arena
Yep.
kind of style thing. So is that changing the perception of hawker food?
I think it is. And places like this will actually encourage a little more like youngsters to actually start out a business in a maybe a little bit better environment. It's not a traditional hawker center where it's more rowdy. Like I revamped my logo to suit this place because it's more like a hipster area.
It's still hot and hard work, but it's hoped these new, more contemporary surroundings will encourage the next generation of Singaporeans to keep creating some of the best street food in the world. Next up, Brad Cohen heads underground to check out Moldova's 4,000-year-old tradition of winemaking.
For decades, the USSR treated Moldova as its personal vineyard, at one point making this tiny nation the 7th largest wine producer on Earth. And since Soviet rule, state-run Molesti Michi Winery has housed the world's largest wine collection. About 65 million liters in a 200-kilometer limestone cave system that you can drive through.
If you look just in front of us, you see that's a wall door on the wheels. This may close and open. Of course, everything was hidden and no one could realize that something behind the wall.
Molesti Michi has a number of hidden treasures, like this secret door, a throwback to Soviet prohibition from 1985 to 1987, when the government physically destroyed Moldovan vineyards and crippled its wine industry.
This was to hide wine from the government, right?
Yeah.
But isn't this government owned?
Yeah.
So the government was hiding wine from the government.
This is the story, just a legend, of course.
About 35 kilometers south, state-owned winery Krikova holds the world's second largest wine collection. It stretches through 120 kilometers of tunnels and reaches depths of 80 meters underground.
Historical wines from Hermann Göring private collection. Göring was the official successor of Hitler in the Second World War. Bottles from his collection.
Can we drink a bottle of Göring's wine?
No.
I would get like some sort of sick pleasure from that.
Despite its wide collection, Krikova is most famous for its sparkling wine.
Krikova is the unique wine enterprise in Moldova, which produces sparkling wine by traditional method champenoise.
Noroc.
After experiencing the history of Moldovan wine, I was curious to see what its future holds. So I headed to the Stefan Voda region, an acclaimed boutique winery, etc.
We have wine country, but we forgot about our wine, local indigenous varieties.
Cetera is only the second winery to reintroduce Fetasca Negra, a local variety that disappeared from the Moldovan landscape during Soviet control, when quantity of wine was of much bigger concern than quality.
This is something, I would say, between Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. To be honest, I don't know how it's supposed to be, because I never tried the perfect Fetasca Negra, which I would love.
A Russian ban on Moldovan wine in 2006 forced Moldovan wineries like Etc. to start making better wines for European tastes. Another wine embargo from Russia in 2013 has local vineyards continuing efforts to improve their product. But only those willing to make the journey to Moldova will discover the secrets of the world's most unique wine destination.
Well, stay with us here on The Travel Show, because coming up,
We're getting the giggles in Vietnam.
The Travel Show, your weekly dose of destination inspiration.
Hello and welcome to Heathrow, the UK's busiest airport. Now you know me, I like to bring you the gadgets that make your travelling world a little bit easier. And today, I'm on the case. I mean literally on the case.
This looks like a scooter, but with a difference. It comes with a suitcase on the front, plus handy Bluetooth speakers within the body of the case. It's quite easy to use, and the handlebar collapses and the footplate can be easily stowed away, turning your scooter into the suitcase. With a 26-litre luggage capacity, this is sure to get you noticed at any airport.
One thing you have to consider is that this case is significantly heavier than your average carry-on luggage. It's got the scooter, it's got the speakers and the tech all built into it. But aside from that, it's a whole lot of fun. And I know you're thinking, you want to go, don't you? You want to go? Well, you're going to have to catch me first. Nowadays, when you're traveling with just carry-on luggage, the process is really simple. I mean, you can do most things online and then beat all the queues at the actual airport. However, when you've got check-in luggage, it's a bit lengthier. You've got to go, get the tags, and then see someone at the counter to get it all checked in. Hi.
Where are you flying to?
Flying to Munich.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thankfully, though, the people from Rimowa who have made this case are trying to make the whole process just a bit more simple.
With this piece of luggage, you'll be able to check in your bag from home using nothing more than your smartphone. Then simply drop it off when you arrive at the airport, and whilst they can't guarantee that your airline won't lose your bag, a digital tag somehow feels safer than a flimsy paper one. The magic lies in the electronic tag itself, which replaces the normal tie-on labels with a digital data module, to which the airline's luggage data is transmitted. You can personalize the tag by way of the companion app, and flight data will automatically be sent to the selected piece of luggage and shown on the display.
So the process is simplified, but the technology is only supported by one airline in a very limited number of airports. But there is talk of other airports and airlines getting on board, so the prospects for the future seem promising. But for the moment, it's a lot of money for something that you can't really use that much. For me, hands-free equals hassle-free, but I never thought that would be something that applies to luggage. Meet the Koa robot, a case that follows you around.
Now this is definitely different. It's a fully autonomous smart suitcase, which the makers claim is a world first. It follows you around while trying to avoid obstacles in its path. It comes packed with other tech inside as well, and will be on sale next month.
It feels like your very own pet is following you around in the airport. It does feel quite odd to begin with, but this is just a prototype. It's not even out yet. What they're going to do is turn this technology into a bracelet, so you can wear it on your wrist or even have it in a coin form in your pocket, which pairs up with the case. They're also going to introduce a camera sensor here, which allows the case to have its own bearings and effectively navigate its way through the crowds at a busy airport. You've also got here quite a practical compartment where you can can put your tablets, your essential documents, and a charging station so you can keep your mobile phones powered up whilst you're on the move. This is the future, my friends. Come here, boy. Let's go. Come here.
Next this week, our TripStar Challenge. We've been all over social media getting your tips for things to do in 6 amazing cities worldwide.
There you go, that's a good idea.
The response has been great so far, and this week, with a bounce in his step and a fully charged phone, Ben heads off for some fun in the Far East.
Southeast Asian cities are often buzzy and bustling. But right in the middle of Vietnam's capital, Hanoi, the Hook Bridge offers a place to escape.
There's been a bit of a social media boom here. Vietnam is one of Facebook's fastest growing markets.
So I'm going to use that enthusiasm to improve my time here.
So, with a few clever Facebook posts, some nice tweets, and some well-placed Instagram pictures, you can have yourself your own travel DIY handbook. Let's see how far it gets me.
An early start. It gets so hot in this city that exercise is only comfortable very early in the morning.
It's 6 a.m. in Hanoi, and there's people doing exercise everywhere. There's aerobics, football, cycling, badminton. I like these guys who are getting a free class by standing on the other side of the road.
So we'd heard about something called laughing yoga, and this has got to be it.
Silent. Smile but silent.
Smile but silent, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I must have upset this lady somehow. She was going for it. Oh my goodness. This is both ridiculous and also hilarious. I genuinely feel very happy. I thought I'd feel awkward, but I don't feel awkward because everyone's going for it. Very good. There you go, someone's getting the toenails cut on the street. So it was an early morning. Now I need some coffee to, you know, get that energy back. Someone suggested trying egg coffee. I'm not really sure what that is, but I think it is in this place. Is it? Yes. I'm not quite sure how you order egg coffee in this place. Do I just take a seat? Yeah, I'll take a seat. There we go. There we go. Thank you. This looks weird. You can see the egg yolk. Let me actually, so what, it's coffee and they crack an egg on it?
Just stir it up.
I have to stir it up. But have they just cracked an egg on it?
They do it a little bit like whipping cream, you know, like they whip it.
So it's a coffee with an omelette inside. Sounds delicious. Gotta get the hand motion in there. It's nice. Tastes like coffee with egg in. Mmm, nice. Very sweet.
I'm keen to see a bit more of the city, and I know these bone shakers are the way to do it. So I find a guide.
Hello, Lena. Nice to meet you. I'm Ben. How are you doing? Thank you for showing me around. I'm gonna get on our ridiculously small cyclo and get on it awkwardly close.
Lena is one of Hanoi's top vloggers. She sings and gives out dating advice.
Yeah, I think people come here to relax, and people come here to visit the night market.
And the history.
Yeah, the history.
This is very beautiful.
The most thing I like in Hanoi, I like the smell of the trees. The smell very good in the winter.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
This is very scary. Oh my God.
But just because now it's very dangerous.
Oh, Why are we going through a red light? I don't know. Okay, we did it. We're live. We're live. Here we go. Yeah. I think we've made it. We've made it. It's so noisy.
Here you go. This is the barbecue street food in Vietnam.
You take a bit of this. There we go. Get some udders on there. I've never had udders before. You pop it into the tiddler, 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 tiddler. 1, 2, 3, go. Boom. There you go. Look, I've got magic. Oh, there you go. One right there. Oh, he's put another one in. He's getting dangerous. I'm getting into this whole Vietnamese street food thing. Here you go. I made you a sandwich. It's the moment of truth. Does she like my? It's good. It tastes good. You know, I did. I am a fast learner and all. This place is good. I like it. What makes Hanoi special?
Hanoi is a beautiful place. The people in Hanoi very friendly, and the food in Hanoi very delicious.
Very delicious.
Yeah,
There's nothing quite like cooking at your table to help you bond with a new friend. And to think, I'd never even have found this place if it weren't for the power of social media.
I'm afraid that's all the time we have for this week, but I do hope you've enjoyed joining us once again on our travels. Catch us next week if you can, when...
Carmen is in Vladivostok, in the far east of Russia, exploring one of the city's oldest districts, Milyonka. In the early 1900s, it was a nest of crime controlled by gangs. Now, tourists are heading there to explore its historic alleyways and unique buildings.
I love this mishmash of architecture and ruins. These tiny alleyways remind me a bit of the old hutongs in Beijing, although you'll be hard-pressed to find any now because they've mostly been bulldozed to make way for new developments. And some people here in Vladivostok are worried that with time, this city within a city could suffer the same fate.
That's next week. But before I go, don't forget to check out our social media feeds. All of the details are on your screen now. But for me, Henry Golding, and the rest of the Travel Show team here in Singapore, it's goodbye.